Step into the X, can you feel me? $1,000,000 dreams, a place you gotta stay to the X and feel the light. Step into the X and change your whole side. A born leader, shake from the trials of hell.
All right, so now we're on. I have no idea what's going on with this internet, but we have some crazy stuff going on. What's going on, everybody? My name is Chris, Crypto Secret X, and today we're talking crypto. I want to welcome y'all to the show this morning. This internet, I tell you, that's just some of the problems you have in the rural area, man. I think internet sometimes goes really, really crazy, but that's not going to hold us up. That's going to, we're going to go ahead and get everything rolling. Sometimes things just don't go the way you planned it, but you got to be able to rebound. You got to be able to kind of keep it going. So let's go ahead and get into about today. We're talking about crypto. I want to welcome y'all here today. But before we get started, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It helps the channel, it helps the algorithm, helps everything grow. Also, if you like what's going on, make sure you hit that subscribe button as we talk. And today we're going to be talking about crypto. Of course, we're going to be talking about that new famous crypto that I have been DCAing in and buying a ton of it is SUI. We also going to look at game plan. We had some retracement there. We're also going to look at TED and see what's going on there. And we're also going to talk about crypto in a whole. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into SUI. And everybody wants to know, what's the big deal? Why is he always mentioning this SUI crypto? And let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I'm mentioning SUI. SUI now has what we call, I believe it's Blue Move. And what I like about it is that it is a new launch pad. And as we all know, that SUI now is breaking into the meme coin sector, which a lot of coins have been. SUI currently sits at $1.99, which I think is just a steal for what's coming to SUI. Also is Build Beyond. So SUI delivers Web3 at ease with the ease of Web2. Let's learn about SUI. And here's some of the things. If you haven't purchased SUI, I am loading up on SUI. I think SUI will explode here real soon. And the reason being because I see SUI almost identical in some ways like Solana. So let me see here. I'm going to wait. Here we go. We're going to put it up. But the promise of blockchain fulfilled. Okay. The blockchain that favors people over platforms. It can remove untrustworthy intermediaries and protect our privacy. Direct digital ownership offers everyone greater control and allows us to realize the value of the internet. They believe in the vision, but also they believe in delivering the utmost security, accessibility, and creativity. One of the things that SUI has done is SUI is allowing you to be able to log in. They're using the ZK lock, but they're also using you have the ability to log in with your like a username and a password. And so they're allowing you, to use those credentials. I went on SUI yesterday, and they have, the SUI wallet, and you actually can log on through your Google email address, your Google your pass word and your username. What does that do? That helps basic users now. It becomes more accessible to them. It is a lot easier. I was telling some people yesterday in our crypto group, I was directing them over how to buy SUI. And when they logged the OKX wallet on, they were able to just put in a password. They did get a seed phrase, but they were also able to log in with the wallet through their Google credentials, which made it a lot easier for some because some people just know because of how things are set up with other apps. It says log in with, your email or username, but then it has on the bottom, it has like you can log in through your social medias like Facebook or log in through Google Apps. Well, SUI is locking in on that and they're giving people opportunity, which I think makes it a lot easier. I know when I was teaching people how to onboard with the OKX wallet, it was really, really simple. They still have to acquire that Coinbase account. And that's some of the things that a lot of people struggle with, but they are learning. And here's the next thing. They are getting into gaming, which I think is, it's going to be, but the ZK lock I think is big. And the reason I think the ZK lock is big is because it allows people to log in using their Google, and which mostly everybody has their Google. They have their Facebook account, various things like that. But it's just a lot different for crypto enthusiasts, people who have invested in crypto for a while. Of course, we're more advanced. So being more advanced, it's like, oh man, some people say I wouldn't do that, I wouldn't do that. But to new users, they need that accessibility. They need that ease until they become more advanced. And it takes a while to get become advanced. I know a lot of us, when we first got in, we were trying to trade and send people money. I mean, we did all kind of stuff when we lost money. So that makes it a lot easier. And here's the second thing. I want to scroll down because there is one more. Let's see, where is that? I'm going to go through the docs, but I'm going to do that on another one. But it's just, I think that's one of the things right here. And then when you talk about build, let's go to the overall opportunities and the ecosystem and funding. And I want to talk about that. They have request proposals, but you can fuel your innovation. So SUI funds builders, community members, and researchers committed to adoption and advancement of SUI. So you can showcase your project. You can tell them, about your contribution to SUI ecosystem and how it's driving the value. You can submit a project there. Academic research, so funding research that pushes the boundaries of SUI web technology. So if you're coming up with new ideas, and funding proposals that will fulfill specific needs identified in the ecosystem. So they also have a platform in which developers, people who can help drive SUI in various ways, you can submit your project. And so I think that's really, really something that's opening the door for SUI also to get more people on board. Now, there may be some limitations in certain areas. I know with buying, but I know and transferring SUI. I know Uphold right now, the SUI network is not available to transfer SUI out. But on Coinbase, of course, you can transfer SUI out to your OKX wallet. So if you're buying SUI on the Uphold link right now, I was looking at it and I was trying to transfer my SUI. I'm gonna have to look at it again, but I was unable to transfer SUI from Uphold, but I can transfer SUI from Coinbase to my OKX wallet. And so OKX is limited in certain areas, but you can get the OKX wallet. So getting on the site, it may say limited to your region. It has been, you don't have access based upon the region you're in. You can, kind of get around that with just getting a VPN and just moving your location somewhere that is accessible. That's another video. But the SUI blockchain, and currently, let me see if the price is pulling up now because I have been struggling with this internet. But the price currently sits at $1.99. The market cap is 5.5 billion. A lot of people say, man, that's a lot. So, they don't know how far SUI can go, but I think SUI can go much higher. Let's look at the circulating supply. Let me see over here. Circulating supply, 2.76 billion. I will check and see if there are any other lockups, but the circulation right now is 27.64% lockup. The total supply is 10 billion. That sometimes scare people because they say, well, it's only like, you know, 27. And I'll come back because I can also go to crypto lockup and see if there are any lockups. And let me see if I can pull that up for you now. Crypto. Let's see here, coin. And that's probably the only thing let's see that people in crypto. Now, those of you who are new may not understand what we're talking about, but it's whether or not a coin is inflationary, which means if a coin is inflationary, that particular coin, they will release more coins into the market, which drives the price down because there's a bigger surplus of it. When there's a limited supply, then that makes the coin more valuable because you can't get it. So they always have a let me see. I'm going to look up this right here. And let's see if we getting anything on that. SUI tokens can be locked up on the protocol to earn rewards. So you can lock your tokens. Some SUI tokens are subject to contractual lockups, which allows them to be unlocked at a certain time in the future. For example, SUI Foundation received 2.5 million SUI tokens from MoveX, but MoveX violated some kind of lockup agreement, transferring 625,000 SUI tokens to 3 wallets without SUI Foundation's consent. The foundation moved the remaining tokens qualified custodian to be released according to the lockup schedule. So the liquidity supply, some say the SUI Foundation supply charts are misleading and that the SUI tokens do not have a lockup period. So that's what some people they have out. The SUI is a native coin of the SUI network, which is a layer 1 blockchain. SUI can be used for a variety of purposes, including paying transaction fees, securing the network, and participating in governance decisions. Okay. Here's the thing: the SUI Foundation, they bends MoveX because MoveX did violate some of the risks. So when it comes to as far as SUI comes with risks like slashing, penalties for malicious validators, price volatility, liquidity risk, inability sometimes to sell during that lockup period. But what is SUI doing that I feel like is why I want to invest in SUI? Is because of what they're doing with their launching, their onboarding, the gaming, and also the access that they're creating for just regular crypto users. As you all know, DGen Fund, their site has gone down. So everybody's on, the people who were releasing the meme coins and things like that. Everybody was moving to pump. Some are moving to other launch pads. I think SUI, because of the price of it, it seems more inviting to new crypto investors because they don't feel like it costs so much to get, because they don't understand it. Sometimes when even though Solana is, I think sitting maybe at 150, I didn't pull the price up yet, but in their mind, they're like, Solana costs too much. Some people, okay, they're not understanding that you can buy fractional shares and still buy into it. So it's not like you actually have to buy full Solana in order to get the particular coin you want to get. But on SUI, when they say, oh, I only got to spend $1.99, which in actuality, still, if you're going to get $100 of Solana and $100 of SUI, and then you pay for it in the particular, Phantom wallet or the OKX wallet, you're still going to get the same amount because it's still the same. It's just this one you get one, this one you get, like 100 of them. Now, if the price was in SUI goes up to what Solana has, now the value changes, because now when you bought 100 at $1, that changed to each one of those changed to $100 a piece. If you buy 100 at $100 in Solana, you're just gonna have to come up with a lot more money. So, and that's to y'all, you new investors, when you're trying to get in, you still, because these are some of the questions I have in some of my classes, but I am constantly DCing on SUI. Now, when you see where SUI price was, it's all-time high. Let's see if we can get that. I think it was around $20. Let's see. Let's go to all-time high. Price performance 1 year. The all-time high was $2.36, which was in October 13th, which was 10 days ago. We can see the historical data here. When we pull that up, let's see if we can get it. And you can just see how the prices moved since then. So now it's just at $1.99. I think SUI can go a lot higher, especially as people start talking about the onboarding with SUI. And so that's some of the things I like about SUI. So I'm purchasing. I have a good feeling about SUI. I think SUI can kind of move past that $5, $6, even maybe that $10 here coming up pretty soon, and maybe later start pushing a little bit higher. Then there's only 27% unlocked. They do have 10 billion, but there's no schedule unlock coming up here for now. So that price during the bull run could quickly exceed and quickly grow. So I definitely wanted to, talk about SUI because that's, again, one of the chains now. I do have Solana. I am a Solana soldier. I do have Bitcoin, Ethereum. I've been buying those since 2020, 4 years ago. And so now I'm looking at other blockchains that I have taken interest in, and after doing some research, loving the Launchpad that they just released, I really like SUI. So I'm going to be purchasing more, constantly DCAing and getting my bag up of SUI. All right, so we're going to come back. We're going to talk about game plan. We're going to talk about TED. But before we get going, I do want to pause for a few announcements, and then we'll be right back.
It's a meme coin, nigga. It's different way. It's a different vision. Get ready to hear the game. Plan to see what you should buy today. The $1 billion coin is still early to make a play. Keep waiting for the DIP. What? You about to miss your big payday. It's the game.
Make sure you hit that subscribe and hit that bell notification as it helps the algorithm grow. And if you want to follow me on any other platforms, you can follow me by typing in Crypto Secret X. Now, let's talk crypto.
Now, let's get into it. We're going to jump over here to game plan. And people say, what is game plan? Well, game plan is a meme coin that I released approximately roughly about 24, 25 days ago. And we're talking about game plan. I'm going to pull it up on Bird's Eye. I've been struggling with this social, this internet. This internet is really, really giving me some serious problems here. I don't know why it wants to do that today, but it is. But we're going to talk about game plan, the meme coin. Again, and what is game plan? You asked me, what is it all about? Game plan is a coin designed to help athletes in various rural areas, help youth organizations build momentum within those areas about cryptocurrencies. We're reaching out. We've just purchased, like I told earlier, we purchased some pants for one of our youth teams. We took a group out to Sunday service. We've taken groups to carnivals, and we're getting into the schools. We're teaching kids, like they're drawing the arts. We had some new art come out. They're learning about animation. So there's some things. Also, we're burning massively with game plan. We've already burned about 300 million. I'll show you that on Bird's Eye. And the goal is to burn game plan down to 77 million. Of course, when we made our first burn, some people took some profits, and I understand that. I don't want to get into detail about that because that's normally what happens with cryptocurrency as it goes up. But the more people buy, the more we burn. Of course, we know the value of that. It goes up. But I do want to get into what's going on with game plan and what we are doing. So I'm going to go ahead again and share this screen so you can see what is going on here. So let's see if we can get that down. I'm going to take this down and we're going to pull up. We just got some, I like this one. You can take a look at it. This is game plan, just to show you some new art, but that's where we took a group, the Sunday service, 100x potential, and it's kind of, we just kind of take pictures, but you can also see the burns. Alexa, be quiet. But you can also see the massive burns that have taken place with game plan. We have brought in, we are starting to reach over in the Ghana area, and we do have a group that's starting game plan in the Ghana area. So I want to welcome those of you from Ghana, and thank you for being a part of game plan. Also, we have this various other tokens. So currently, we're going to see where the price of game plan's at. You can see what game plan did in the first launch, because again, launch pads, people love launches. And then being that I had a really have a good following when it comes to launching coins, a lot of people bought. But I'm going to show you here when you take a look at game plan, and then we're also going to get into TED. But let's go first with the burns. You see where we started off with roughly about 843.09 million, and you can constantly see where we have burned. It went down to 791, dropped it down to 719. Now we're sitting at 713, and we went from there to 713.9 million, and we have a lot more to burn. So the burns are coming. They're very sporadic. We won't tell you. We just gonna burn it. And we also knows what happens when you burn. Every time you burn, some people will take profit because they're going to see a significant increase with their money, because the money gets concentrated. Again, so let's scroll up here. Holders, we started at 90, then we dropped down to 74, 72, then we spiked back up to around 97 again. And you can notice that with the burns, if you can kind of see what I'm saying. So we started here, of course, that was everybody buying, and then you had the surge, the sell off a little bit right here, but it kind of goes with what happened with the burn. We went from 800 to 791 million. So what did they do? People say, oh man, I made more money, and they probably sold a little bit. Then we went down to 72, but what did we do here? We burned it down to 717 million. Okay, so then we went down to 716, and we saw a little bit more increase in buys. Why? Because now people are starting to see, hey, they're burning, they're trying to buy it, hold it. I know what they're doing. They're buying it because they know when the burns come, they're going to get an increase. So they're buying and they're loading up because they're trying to get ready for the burns. But imagine those people who have it at this amount when it burns down to 77 million. So that's one of the incentives to hold and buy more, because the more the burns come, the greater liquidity, the greater the market cap, the more your money goes up. So think about that before you sell those prices when we tell you what the goal is. Now, when the burns take place, those are the things we're not announcing. That's just the gift of holding game plan. Now you're starting to get it. So the more you hold game plan and the burns come, the more you get, the more you accumulate. So of course, when we burn, the price goes up. So if you're buying at this rate and we give an open window where you have opportunity to buy during this time, you probably need to buy. But then I'm not your financial advisor, so you do what you have to do. But I do know when you start dog with hat, when you look at those numbers and that price, is because they burned a significant amount. We're also looking at thinking about doing some lockups there too. But the mission with game plan is get game plan to a point where the market cap and liquidity match to the point where we're able to give scholarships to athletes. I'm maybe not paying for the whole thing, but just giving like small grants and aids, like maybe 2,000 or 3,000 here, 2,000 or 3,000 there, to help athletes. So there is a mission, there is a plan with game plan. And it is something that we are constantly building. We're building a physical community that's right in front of our eyes, that people are working together. So that's what I want to talk to you about, game plan. We also got constant art coming out on game plan. So now there is an incentive there to also hold and buy. It's not just a meme coin that you're saying, well, you know what's going on. It's just whether or not you have the longevity to see it through to that 77 million. Do you have that longevity? Do you have that ability to wait? Or are you impulsive? If you get $200, you take your $200 when later that $200 may have been $10,000. So you think about it. You think about it. And also as you buy, spread the word, talk about it. We get in spaces. We also going to start holding spaces. Right now, spaces are used more so for announcements and letting people know what's going on. But of course, the coin's only been out, it hasn't been out even 2 months yet. So it's still brand new. And, like today, I may burn another 10 million or 30 million, who knows? But that's just something you're going to have to do in the process. But there's going to be some more burns. That's one thing you do know with game plan. Now, when the burns take place, that's our mystery here. That's the mystery I'm holding here. All right. So you do have some incentive there. But I also want to look up, let's go where you see the unique views and things like that. So I've just had to come over to Bird's Eye because I was, I usually go to Deck Screener. But, it's for some reason it's not coming up. And this is where you can see what I was talking about, like various launches I have and like the launches I had when it talks about my other meme coins, because I have launched, 4 months ago. But you see where game plan, it actually, and it went up to like 800,000 because I understand that, some people, they were more excited about the launch versus the longevity and understanding the vision of what we were doing. They were just like, all right, I'm going to get on the launch. I'm going to make my $1,000. I'm going to get out. But the amount they probably held in and holding the 77 million, they probably would have made a ton more. They just didn't take time to understand the vision yet. So that's the vision. I am going to get these social medias updated on Bird's Eye because I do like the setup. This is the first time I've used Bird's Eye as far as on the show, but I do love the setup of what I'm seeing on Bird's Eye. And so I'm going to get all this updated. Also, there are some other sites that we're going to look at with game planning, which you have to vote. So we need you, the online users, along with our community. Those of you who are just watching and we have our meetings, we're going to need you to vote. I will start posting those on X to help get it out there more. We are buying the boosts. We're also looking at paying for a purchase ad on CoinMarketCap, which I found out now. So we're going to do that. So we got some things coming down the pipe that we're going to be getting more exposure to game plan. And it is a slow build. When I say slow build, it is a slow build. It's not something that I'm looking to just, it's a marathon. And this marathon is a slow build to get to where we want to go. Some things happen overnight. I understand that, but it is a slow build, but it will take place. Okay. So hope everybody gets a great understanding of what's going on with game plan. We talked about SUI. Now I want to jump over to that magical coin that everybody still mentions on the site. And let's see if we can get it up here. Let's see. Man, I'm looking. Let me see here. You know what? It may be like this. Let me see. There we go. All right. The magical bear. What's going on with the magical bear, Teddy? And I'm going to pull Ted up here. And of course, Ted has been around. People have been trading Ted. They've been doing all kind of stuff with Ted, and people are holding it in their $1 million portfolio. Again, I want to talk about, we also know Crypto Gains has mentioned Ted several times in the market. Every time he mentions it, it just spikes. But Ted has been around. And let's go. So Ted has been out now. It might be roughly about 5 months. hit an all-time high of 3.4 million. You can see the various we have. It's been a ton of traders. The market, the volume 180, total VK 46,000, 36K. Let me see. They do have the social medias here. You can go to our website. You can go to the Telegram group. We'll get the Twitter page up. More on TED. You got the 24-hour trade, the volume there. Now, what's so significant that about TED and what's going on with TED and why do people like TED? TED is very commercialized. TED is very decentralized. TED is just one of those tokens that people they enjoy. Here's the website. You can check it out. TED on Solana, introducing TED, the revolutionary meme coin. Got tons of music out on TED. You can check out some of the music we have out on TED. You can click here to buy. So there, TED, I like that. Yeah. Woo! All right. Come on, y'all. Come on. So let's talk about TED. TED the meme coin. It's a lot of stuff on TED there. So you can pull out TED, but let's go to the X page. A lot of people go to the X page, but again, TED, that funny bear, TED. We got some clips here. Another song that just came out on TED. And now, what's so significant about TED? TED is so commercialized. People do they've watched that movie TED several times. Even in our community, with when we're talking about it, everybody just seems to gravitate toward TED. Now, to me, TED looks like Bonk. And here's the thing why I say that. Bonk just lay dormant for a while. Now, some of the things in the process of what I've learned that we're doing with Game Plan are going to start being implemented with TED. Like you're going to see the commercials and the cartoons. We'll start adding those things in the mix. So TED is something that kind of, it just kind of sits there and then all of a sudden it just spikes. There's several videos out on TED there. I mean, I could talk about, all you gotta do is Google TED meme coin. On Solana, you'll get tons of videos where people have done price analysis, they've done breakdowns, they've talked about TED in the sense of where they think it could go, how many X's it can go, but it's a meme coin that's been there. It has, we have over 1,000 some holders. We have over 1,000 some followers on X. Telegram group, we got probably about 500 some people in the Telegram group. It's somewhat active. I think the more I start doing these videos and talking more about TED, you just bring a new wave there. You just bring a new wave, new people come in, and then all of a sudden it goes. I know when Gaines did his video on TED, all of a sudden TED TED has been 48K, TED's been 100 and some, TED's been 500,000, TED's been 3.4 million. So people have made tremendous amounts of money on TED. Don't let them fool you. They have. Trust me. All you have to do is go back and watch few past AMAs. People have made tons of money on TED. They've even launched coins using the TED community. So TED has been a heat-seeking missile to help a lot of people. Okay, and so now, TED is there, and it just is going to be there. I continue to talk about it. I'm glad I made TED, but we do have a significant amount. It was launched on Pump.fun about close now, roughly almost 5 months ago. So if you go back and look at Bonk's chart. If you look at it real close, and just come back and look at TED and think about the bull run and just look at all the material that's out there. It's already set. TED is also expanding. And when I say expanding, don't be surprised if you don't see TED. And you're going to hear it first, but TED is expanding. And so You're going to see that. I'm going to start opening that door and letting people know about that. But TED Meme Coin is here. So if you haven't bought TED, if you never purchased TED, why not pick up a little bit of TED on Solana? It's there, and there are other things coming down the pipe for TED. Other than that, man, that's the show for the day. I wanted to come on a little early at 7, but I had technical difficulty. The what you call it was spinning, but I'm going to give you one more announcement, and then I'm going to come back with my closing remarks about cryptocurrency, about meme coins, about what's going on here, and why you would want to subscribe. But I am going to pause for this one brief commercial break, and then after that, I'll be right back.
Make sure you hit that subscribe and hit that bell notification, as it helps the algorithm grow. And if you want to follow me on any other platforms, you can follow me by typing in Crypto Secret X. Now, let's talk crypto. Again, just let you make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It helps the channel grow. But here's my closing remarks when it comes to cryptocurrency. As we all know, cryptocurrency can be a volatile investment. We know it goes up. We know it goes down. We know the motions, all of that stuff can play a factor with a lot of people. FOMO, people have a fear of missing out. Selling early, people have a sense of, I might lose. Staying in too long, people have a sense of, I might miss out. Okay, we understand that. But one of the things that I will challenge you as you begin to invest in crypto is to understand that investing, you should only invest, number one, what you can afford to lose. Number two, do your own research. Do your own research. Take the time to figure out what you're investing in. Then after you figure out what you're investing in, then go into it wholehearted. Now, understand that your investment when it comes to meme coins, even when it comes to regular crypto, you also have to help in the legwork. Cryptocurrency is not sometimes the stuff you just, especially when it comes to meme coins, just buy and let it sit. You have to get involved. You have to be a part of that community. You have to get out and share. You have to get out and spread positivity. The more you spread positivity about your investment, understanding you help bring people in. Also understand that there are people who will try to fudge your project based upon their own personal feelings. They may not just like the project, but you have to be able to combat and fight and help your community grow. It's not just sitting on the sidelines and just watching, but it is a part of being a part, holding your own groups to invite people in, to tell people about it. Because the one thing about community is also based upon leaders. You can't have one, but one person has to duplicate themselves. Do they have to be present? No. But can you take your part in helping a particular environment, group grow? You can. We've seen it done so many times through fraternities, through other various political platforms, through other just social media groups that people want to talk about. It is not one person that runs those groups, but it is several people in different areas that create their own groups to help strengthen the main group. So you're invested in a particular meme coin. In order to help that meme coin grow, ask yourself each day, what are you doing to help your community grow, to grow your money? Because it is a part of that. You have one main group, but it is the subgroups, it is the roots of that group that help that main group grow. And in order to do that, you have to put some hustle in the muscle. Will there be trials? Yes. Will there be hard times? Yes. But you have to have the ability to endure and bounce back. And sometimes, yes, you may have to take a small break because it's a marathon. It's not a race. It is a long journey.
but we all have one goal in common. And I do know we want to make money. So if we want to make money, we have to roll up our sleeves and get into the muscle of it. We may have to go out and hire other artists to help bring more notoriety. That's a part of it. Will you be angry at times? Yes, because you will put in a lot of work to have this group sell and make profit, or this group sell. That's a part of just investing. People will make profits. People will take profits. People will invest in. That is investing. And if you don't have the stomach for it, I would advise you not to mess with it. But it is a marathon. And the race is won not to the swift, but to the one that can endure to the end. This is Chris with Crypto Secret X. And just remember this, you'll never learn how to swim without jumping in, and you will never climb a mountain without stumbling. Until next time, I'm out.
Ladies, step into the X, can you feel me? $1 million dreams, a place you gotta stay to the X and feel the light. Step into the X and change your whole side. A born leader, shake from the trials of hell.